I recognize the gentleman from North Carolina, Mr. Harris.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I thank all of you for your time and your patience and being in the panel. I appreciate your written testimonies and had an opportunity to review those as well as hear you today. Dr. Groves, in your testimony, you said, and I quote, "As a Jesuit university, we believe that working with someone with conflicting views to yours does not imply that you've been captured by their beliefs," end quote. And I agree with that statement. Unfortunately, it seems that some at Georgetown have been captured by the beliefs of some ideologies that are at odds with Georgetown's Catholic and Jesuit mission. In fact, it looks like you are celebrating ideas that are in direct opposition to those values. Earlier this year, you awarded a medal to Sheikha Moza bint Nasser, the mother of Qatar's Emir and chair of the Qatar Foundation. Yet months prior to giving this award, Sheikha Moza had posted on social media comments praising the October 7th attack on Israel. She praised the mastermind of the October 7th attack, Yahya Sinwar, saying, quote, "The name Yahya means the one who lives. They thought him dead, but he lives," end quote. And she added, apparently referring to Israel, quote, "He will live on, and they will be gone," end quote. I have to ask, why did you give a medal to someone who had made such anti-Semitic comments and represents a government that supports a U.S. designated terror organization like Hamas?
Well, thank you. Thank you for the question. The award to Sheikha Moza was given for her work, decades-long work, for educating, getting access to education to the poorest children around the world. At this point, there are 22 million children in the world that would not have had access to education without her work. It was for that work that we honored her.
Okay, and I hear that, but you also said at the award ceremony that the medal, quote, "is reserved for individuals whose contributions reflect the university's deepest commitments," end quote. Is the destruction of Israel something Georgetown would support?
The deepest commitments of Georgetown stem from our Jesuit heritage of educating youth around the world, and she amplified, she's a great example of that through her work over the decades.
But I'll repeat the question. Is the destruction of Israel something Georgetown would support?
I don't support that tweet. That tweet is not consistent with Georgetown policy. We honored her for her decades of work in access to education to the poorest children of the world.
Okay, if her remarks don't reflect the university's deepest commitments, would you consider revoking the medal?
We will not revoke the medal because the reason for the medal remains true. Her decades-long work in educating the poorest children of the world. 22 million children having education that they wouldn't have had without her work.
Chancellor Matos Rodriguez, a Jewish student withdrew from Brooklyn College after her professors repeatedly described Jews as white oppressors. They told her that Jews, therefore, had no right to speak about their history of oppression. Are Jews white oppressors?
I do not share that belief. I find the commentary entirely unacceptable, and I also find deeply disturbing that a student that was accepted to one of our schools felt that needed to do something like a transfer because of that.
DEI is fundamentally based on dividing people by the color of their skin and categorizing them on that basis as oppressor or oppressed. With that in mind, do you believe that DEI ideology makes campuses a safer place for Jewish people?
Diversity has been part of the City University of New York since its founding. We represent the diversity that we have all across our 5 boroughs. It's been one of the key elements of the DNA of CUNY since the founding of the Free Academy. So we are committed to that work of diversity, and it's been part of CUNY's work since its founding.
So are DEI programs an effective way, you would say, to address anti-Semitism?
We, in our work, when we work with students who are coming in and we teach them about the diversity of all our communities, we include anti-Semitism and the members of the Jewish community as part of that diversity effort.
Okay. Mr. Chairman, I yield back.
I thank the gentleman. I now recognize the gentleman from Indiana, Mr. Messmer.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Meadows Rodriguez, following up on Ms. Stefanik's line of questioning from earlier, in 2021, you